Bob Crowley has some songs about Gus.
Two songs. One's not about Gus. One's about a book I read many, many years ago. Maybe some of you know it. It's called The God of Small Things. No, The God of Small Things, something like that, by a woman, Indian writer, Arundhati Roy, something like that, you know. And in it, one of the major characters was a little abused kid. His mantra was to get through life was anything can happen, anytime, any place. And this is the name of that song. And this is a song, probably the first song I wrote when I joined Sosa, and I brought it to Gus, right? And Gus said, "Crowley, you're not writing a novella here, you know? Tighten up this song, man, you know? It's a good song, but you're stretching it out so far, it's ridiculous." So, the name of the song is Anything Can Happen. You're thinking you prepared for all emergencies when a semi comes around the corner at too high a rate of speed. You're relaxing in your hot tub, your coat, and a sinkhole opens wide and swallows you up, brother. You got nowhere to run and hide. You're on the 18th green and lightning strikes you down. You could be home watching TV or partying downtown. Or be suffering with a strange disease that steals away your life. Or your heart stops pounding in the middle of the night. Well, anything can happen, anytime, any place. We think we're in control and fate smacks us up in the face. It won't be due to gender, it won't be route of race. It could happen on a tranquil beach or up and out of space. Always try to keep on the sunny side of life. Do good unto others and fight hard for what's right. And live in the moment and believe in unicorns. And enjoy each day you have because it's a gift to be born. And teach the young folks to recognize the simple truths in life. Help them build resilience for the times that don't go right. And enjoy each day they're given. Savor every taste, because anything can happen to anybody, anytime, any place, anytime, any place. That's the song. But I threw that song, and the real reason I wanted to get up here and present something tonight was well, I'll tell you all about it. Let me see. Oh yeah, the clip. It's a clip. And this is about my own therapeutic way to deal with the whole issue that we have to all deal with at one time or another, and that is death. And so I'm going to recite. I can't remember anything, so I'm just going to talk it away. So and do my thing, and I'll feel purged of all my anxieties about this. Now, please indulge me for a couple of minutes. This is my approach to the death of a loved family member or friend. It seems to give me some solace and acceptance of that demon death. I tend to deal with my grief in a kind of post-World War II new wave cinematic kind of way, all black and white, so let's roll that film. Yeah, Gus Johnson, the big fella, Gus Johnson. What a hell of a man, a big man with a big mind and an even bigger spirit. A studious man, a man of great passions and interests, an artist with an amazing ability to blend poetry and music, a man who lived life with vigor and great love, a great friend to many of us, indeed a human being with a massively generous spirit. So how would this great spirit, his life energy, manifest itself after taking leave of us all? What further adventures would Gus have? Knowing Gus, his spirit could be rolling a fat doobie right over there in the corner, but laughing to himself, biding his time, keeping an eye on Candace and the open mic, chuckling along with his friends. But his great spirit would certainly soon have to venture out and seek further adventures in different venues. And in my mind, I imagine Gus's spirit headed east. For some reason, he always wanted to get somewhere east of Manana. So in my fantasy, he made his way to a train yard filled with big old, yeah, that's the way to go, Crowley. The big old freight carrying trains, old school coal engine trains, the type the big guy saw when he was a kid in West Virginia. And he hopped up into a boxcar filled with straw. Anyhow, the train rolled east. Gus was tired, just wiped out from all this dying business, and he laid himself down on the straw and slept very soundly. He dreamed about his life, dreamed about Candace, and he smiled in his sleep. And then he woke up to a loud train whistle. Of course, I'm not ready for this either. This guy's too much. You know what a train whistle sounds like. And then, as the train slowed down, even though it was past sundown, you could see little shotgun shacks down the hill close to the track. He saw some big cotton fields, and he smelled some honeysuckle, star jasmine, and magnolia, the smells of the South. And then the train stopped next to a small train station. Outside the entrance, there were several men passing around a bottle and encouraging a couple of guys who were leaning low and rolling dice. And there was a guy up against the brick station playing a mournful harmonica. The big fellow with the white goatee didn't have an ounce of fear, and he found it pretty easy to jump right out of that boxcar onto the platform. He was approached by two African-American men decked out in nicely cut, tailored suits and fine fedoras. One guy smiled, then thrust out his hand and said, my, you must be Gus Johnson. We've been waiting on you. And page 3 is right here. We've heard that you're a damn good piano pounder and a hell of a singer, too. There's a couple of good guitar slingers, Larry and Franklin, who roll through here often, and they told me to be on the lookout for you. My name is Pine Top. Over there throwing dice, Jerry Lee and Dr. John. Those guys will roll dice anytime, day or night. See that sign on that building over there? That's the Mañana Ballroom. We play up there a few times every week, and Gus, you'd be very welcome to join us. We're kind of the house band there. Slim says that Ray Charles might stop by tonight. Pine Top turned back and said, well, Gus, we'd sure like you to join us for a while. Do you have any original songs? The big fellow laughed and said, yeah, I got a few of them, Pine Top. Well, what do you think, my friend? You in? The big man with the white goatee and the big spirit felt a tear run down his cheek and said, sure enough, Pine Top, sounds good. Feels like home to me. A good place to begin my new adventures. And I do know that one place where Gus's spirit will always reside is right here, within all of us in the community that he helped to build. Right here. Give it up for Gus Johnson.